guys. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, time. Good morning. Somebody said, let me see you. Thank you, guys. Welcome back. Thank you, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I want to just jump right into it. I don't know how I'm going to answer so many questions and talk about so many things in such a short space of time. But I believe that before anything, I owe you guys a conversation, and a conversation that's long overdue. And so I just want to jump into it and to get certain things out there, and we can chit chat a little bit and go through everything. I know it's been a long while, and I wanted you to know that I didn't purposely disappear. I didn't purposely was not coming on live. I know you guys love to see me on live, and it feels good to be on live. But before I go any further, I just want to give God all the glory and all the honor, all the thanks and all the praise for this moment, for this beautiful day, for joining us back together in life, you know. All right, so where do I start from? There's so many things to talk about. There's so many questions, so many concerns, and I don't even know where to start, to be honest, but I'm just going to be led by the Holy Spirit. So let's rewind to last year. Let us go back in time a little bit. Last year, October, as you all know, I came off of Instagram because I felt targeted. I feel like everybody was kind of waking up every day trying to talk about me. And there was just sense of burden that came over me, like everything is spice, every day is spice, everything happened as just me, like, you know, I was being targeted. And so I came off of Instagram, and I remember telling you guys Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from last year, October. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to take this moment for myself to kind of rejuvenate, heal. I was going through a lot of health issues, that I want to kind of walk you guys through, because sometimes we're on Instagram and because we see people laughing, we feel like, oh, they're happy. Not every laugh means happy. And I just want to be open. I want to be vulnerable. I want to be used by God to educate women on this tragic situation that I've been through. I've never come on live not knowing what I'm going to say. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I'm afraid. Because you see, I know that at the end of this live, no matter what I say, no matter how I explain, no matter what I tell you, there's still going to be people that's going to have their own opinion. Still going to be people that's going to probably laugh, that's going to drag me, that's going to bash me, that's going to do whatever. But at the end of the day, this life is not about them. It's about me and people who genuinely love and care for me. And so I want to take this time out to say, last year, if you had prayed for me, if you had genuinely prayed for me last year, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to even start there. You know, I want to start with God. I want to give him the glory. I want to give him all the thanks, all the praise. I want to acknowledge that there's a God. I want to acknowledge that Jesus is King. I want to acknowledge that I'm standing here by the grace of God. And I want to acknowledge that your prayers worked. If you prayed for me, if you was concerned, thank you. I appreciate you all, because it's been a rough journey. So let us just go back and walk you through the journey. So my health issue that I was having, I want to see if I know how to use this as best as possible, because I want to also include photos in this live just so that you can understand what I was going through. Let me see. How do I go? Camera roll. How do I find the photos? Okay. All right. So I can't find the, hold on. I want to be very vulnerable and I want to show you everything. So let me go into this collage. As you all know, because it's no secret, I had procedures done before. I did liposuction and I had a tummy tuck done. This is a picture of my real stomach. I was suffering from something called fibrosis, and fibrosis is something that you get lumps in your belly. You know, so because of my past surgeries that I did before, I had something called fibrosis. And it's when you don't get your lymphatic massages done. So you get lumps in your belly. So this was what my real stomach looked like. But to be honest, I love myself, like, with my flaws and all. It wasn't really bothering me. It was like neither here nor there for me. I went about my day and it started to affect me when it started showing up in my outfits. Choose a different asset. Stop sharing. Okay. Yeah, just bear with me, guys. I just want to be vulnerable with you guys. And I want to be open and honest. And so that's what I was going through. And like I said, it never bothered me until it started to show up into my outfits. And so this is what it would look like in my clothing. If you zoom this picture, I'm zooming my own self. Okay, hold on. I can't zoom the picture. But if you look and you notice, it shows up through my clothes. And so the lumps started to get painful. In this picture, that was like the real reality of what my stomach looked like. All right. So sometimes you see people on Instagram, and because them can use app and because them can smooth out, and so it doesn't mean that everything is okay. So that was the picture of what I was going through. And let me continue. So I decided to go to the DR because a lot of people was like, oh, why she wouldn't go Miami? Why she go America? Why she go DR? I chose to go to the DR because I feel like I was more popular in America. And because, obviously, because of the same thing that happened when the things hit the internet, I was trying to avoid that. So I go to DR because, of course, you know, it's a Spanish-speaking country. So, you know, I wanted to consult to find out what was really wrong with me or what, you know, why my stomach was looking like that, why I was feeling pain, why I was getting lumps in the stomach. All right, so that was what I was going through. While I was in the DR, as you know, when you get a breast implant, well, I'm wrong for saying that because I don't think everybody knows. So let me say, I don't think you know, but when you get a breast implant, it only has 10-year lifespan. Is there something wrong with the mic? You not hear me? Are you guys hearing me? I'm hearing. Check your internet. Hold on. Let me check it. Hold on. Pause due to... Is that better, guys? Let me know if you're hearing me. Because I want to take a deep breath and I want to just get this off of my chest and get this out of the way. So are you guys hearing me? It said frozen. Oh, my God. Yeah, and I cover the microphone. All right, let me hold the phone in my hand. Is this better? I didn't want to hold the phone in my hand, but you say I'm covering up the microphone. I can hear you. Speaker. Lisa Mercedes, you're there bright and early. Oh, I forgot you're England, you're there. She said, yes, that's good now. You're good. Okay. Okay. Amara La Negra, I love you, sis. Oh, big up yourself, Amara. My sister Fenny, so that must depend. Yeah, big up, Fen. All right. So, okay. Yeah, you guys can hear me. Where was I now? What did I say? Okay, so that was what I was going through my stomach. So let me fast forward to when I went to the DR. So I went to the DR. I got my implants changed. And when I got my implants changed, I was consulting about my stomach. And they did a mild procedure. Because, you know, it's fibrosis. So there's nothing. It was a very mild procedure. And I was there. I was told to stay back for like a couple days. So I was on vacation. I was doing fine. My ticket was booked to go back to Jamaica. I was doing well, as far as I thought, I was doing well. I was walking around. I want to share something else. Stop sharing. Jesus, I said that's something hard for use. Anyway, guys, can I share videos or no? I can't share videos. This is crazy. Instagram will have one. This was me on vacation.
Michael! Woo!
I can't share videos. That's amazing.
Edit Michael!
So I was on vacation and I was chilling on the beach. I was doing good, as you see. Mr. Michael Jackson there. I'm excited, and I was just relaxing on the beach. And I booked to go back to Jamaica. However, I ate something and I started vomiting. I started throwing up. But to be honest, everybody that knows me knows that when I travel, I always bring my local Jamaican food, my bread, and my this and my that and my that. Guys, I am on live and you are aware. If you have my number, please don't call me. This is a moment that I need to just explain and, kind of update my fans. So if you have my number, if you're calling me, I go block out the live, obviously. You don't need to call me. You see that I'm on live. These people crazy. All right, so yeah, I was on vacation and I started vomiting. I started throwing up. So the vomit became very alarming to me because it wouldn't stop. So out of concern, the surgeon that I know over there, and my friends actually, big up to my friends over there, they called the doctor and they was like, no man, something is wrong with Grace. Like, can you come and check it out or whatever. When he came, to be honest, when I went there, let me go back a little bit. When I went there and I did my consult with my stomach, he was like, he asked me if I had a hernia because he noticed there was a bulge right at my belly button there or if you look back on the picture, like long story short, I was like, no. I was like, not that I'm aware of or whatever, but obviously they did the procedure and he never see nothing, wrong. And the reason why he never see anything wrong was, I want to get to that. I want to take time and explain my story, was because the hernia was at my side. And so when they did the procedure to the front to do your breasts, they had no reason to do scans to the side. And so he didn't see that I have a hernia. So long story short, to just fast forward quickly, I vomiting. I went to the doctor and he was very concerned when he touched my stomach. I was feeling a lot of pain and I kept vomiting. I kept throwing up. I couldn't keep nothing down. It just repeatedly vomiting. And so he called and at the day when I went, it was a Sunday. And so there wasn't nobody there to do like the MRI and stuff. Let me go back in the phone again. Because I want to share everything. Okay, so he called an ambulance. That's me when I was in the ambulance, all right? He called an ambulance to take me to another hospital. Yeah, because the one that he worked when I went there, it was a Sunday. And so he was like, I don't like how you're vomiting. I don't like your, the feeling in your stomach. We need to rush you to the hospital and we need to do an MRI. That was when I was going to the hospital in the ambulance. And somebody said turn off comments. You guys can't see. How do I turn off comments? I don't know how to turn off comments. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When no one wants it properly, but I don't know if to turn off the comments. How me do that? Turn off comments. My love, I don't know if I turn off the comments. The comments are distracting. Got it. I did it. Oh, be patient with me. That's what I asked God to do. So I'm asking you guys, just be patient with me as I walk you through this. I don't really know how to use this thing properly, but all right. So that was when I was in the that was when I was being rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. Okay, so let's get off this picture now and stop sharing. So after they rushed me to the hospital, they did an MRI. That big machine. Then pushed me through the MRI machine, and I can vividly remember when they came back with the results while I was in the hospital and I saw different doctors and surgeons coming into the room. I can vividly remember the look on their faces like something was wrong. I remember I took up my phone and I called my sister and I was crying. Like I went ballistic because them over there, them not talk English, them speak Spanish. So most of them did that talk Spanish. But you know when you can't see somebody facial expression, looking back at it and what I went through, I can say that it's like them a look upon me like, how the fuck is she right here, like not dying or crying or in, like how she just lie down there. So because what they found in the MRI scan was that I had a hernia. I want to explain this properly. I'm sorry I couldn't put down the phone. But what they found was that I had a hernia to my side and my intestines went through the hernia. My sister sent me a picture. I wonder if I can find it on WhatsApp. Lord Jesus. Who child? Pardon me, beg me, give me time. Let me see WhatsApp. Find out where the picture there where you send me. I never saved the picture. But I guess whoever knows that I wanted to show you what it was like. But I had a hernia. It poked through my intestines was going through the hernia. Because the hernia is a space in the muscle. And so what I was told was that my intestines was going through that little space that I had in the side, which is the hernia. And it erupted. But thank God that I had the hernia because it erupted on the outside of my muscle wall. I don't know if I'm even saying it correctly. The intestines erupted outside of that hernia muscle wall. And so if I didn't have the hernia, which is that space in the muscle, like that hole, the intestine would have erupted inside of me. If I'm not saying it correctly, I apologize. I'm just trying to be as accurate as how the doctors explained it to me. But when the intestines erupted, it started to poison my body. And it sent me into a sepsis shock. And the sepsis is the poisoning. That sepsis kills a lot of people. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here, to be alive, to be talking to you. I'm so grateful for this day. I'm so grateful to God. So the sepsis started attacking my lungs and it started to attack some of the organs in my body. The sepsis literally started to eat my skin. Like, oh my God, I don't know how to explain it to you. But my skin started to deteriorate. It started to eat my skin. It started to attack my lungs. And I didn't even know that sepsis was so dangerous. When I woke up and what I was going through, I'll get to that point. But it's like, looking back at it, I can't believe that there's something as sepsis that is so dangerous. It literally rotten out the entire part of my stomach where, let me just show you the picture. And I didn't want to share this picture. I didn't want to share the picture because I know that there's so many people that's so insensitive and the blogs and the media are going to have a field day with it. Some might laugh, some might mock me, some might jeer me. But I want to be open and I want to be vulnerable. And I feel like I owe God this. This is a testimony. This happened to me for a reason. Like, I'm not going to keep it a secret. It don't matter how you look at it. It don't matter what I want to say. It don't matter what happens to me after today. Yes, I'm nervous. Yes, I know. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I did not want to personally share this picture, but I got a testimony from God. I'm going to have to share it. I can't keep this a secret. I have to talk about God. I have to talk about Jesus. I have to show you what God did for me. I have to show you what Jesus brought me through, what Jesus walked me through. So even though I didn't want to share this picture, and I'm going to tell you, it's very graphic. If you don't want to see my journey, I would advise you not to be on this live. Take a deep breath. It's very graphic, but I like I said, I just want to be vulnerable and open with you. I want to be honest. I want to share what happened to you. I'll share it very quickly. And this is what the sepsis did to me. It ate away my entire stomach. And I died in DR. Okay, guys? I literally died. And this is when I died. Like, nobody can tell me different. Yeah, I know it's very graphic. I'm sorry, but I want to just get this off. I want to share everything. I just want to be vulnerable. I want to be used by God. I want to share my testimony. I want to show you what God did for me. Jesus is King. And I just believe that I need to highlight that. I need to showcase that. I need to show you how good God is. And so that's what I woke up to. Okay, so let me just take a deep breath, because when I see things like that, I get emotional. And I don't want to get emotional. I want to remain strong. I kind of put the blue hearts over it because some part of it was just too tragic. But so yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't want to get emotional. So that's really what happened to me. So after the sepsis ate away my stomach, it attacked my lungs. The doctors over there in DR, I just want to highlight them a little bit. I want to big them up. I am grateful, so grateful that they never gave up on me. They let me stop a little bit. I don't want to cry. I just want to, get everything out there. All right, 1 minute. Ooh. All right, so I promise I wouldn't cry. So, all right, so where was I? I was thanking the doctors in DR that never gave up on me, that was fighting through the sepsis to save my life. So they opened my chest. I have a scar going down. They had to open me up to go inside to stitch back the hernia, I guess, to place back the intestines in the wall that it was supposed to be in. And so they opened me up, they went inside, they stitched back the hernia, and yeah, I want to fast forward. Okay. They opened me up, they stitched back the hernia. And so when I woke up, big up to, I don't know if the doctors want to be mentioned, but big up to the doctors over there. It was a lot of them. The infectologist, oh my God, was so amazing. Dr. Paralysis. Paralga, I think, or paralysis. I'm so sorry, but the infectologist was amazing. My surgeon was amazing. The other doctors, it was, because I remember vividly, there were so many people in that room. But they could have given up on me because, like I said, I died in DR. But I thank them that they didn't, that they fought through what I was going through, that they went inside, that they stitched the hernia, that they repaired me, that they did what they did. So I'm so grateful, and I thank everyone from DR who fought with me. I thank you, Jesus. I will not stop saying this. And so I'm a type of person, I worship a lot. I worship at home. I give God glory. I give God thanks. I give God praise. But I never used to come out publicly all the time and just to include him and stuff like that. So, you know, when I'm at home, I'm like a total different person from that artist that you know. You know, I'm a woman of God. I'm a God-fearing woman. I'm a prayer warrior. And that's why I go through so much. Because that's what happened when, you know, you accept God as, you know, your king. And also, that's why no weapon will rise up against me never prosper. So I was in the hospital from October. I left DR, I came to America. And I did another surgery immediately when I got here, okay? They had tried to staple me up. When I came to America, they opened me back up. They put me back in surgery because I was infected with the sepsis so bad. I was infected with the sepsis so bad so that they wanted to kind of clean me up. So I did another surgery again, all right? Okay, fast forward. I was in the hospital from October to December. That's how bad my situation was. So a lot of times I used to go on my phone and I used to people say, oh, she not come explain this, oh, she not have life, oh, she not. Like, I was dying. Like, I literally was losing my life. I was going through a lot. So apart from that I went through, I was in the hospital for months. I was going through other things. I came out of the hospital in December. I had that wound still when I came out because that wound had to self-close. It's been 6 months now. And so, yes, it is healed, it is closed, and we're going to get to that part. But before we get to today, after they let me out of the hospital and I went home to my family, you saw the Christmas pictures. I was wrapping my kids' gift and present, even with that wound open. I was so determined to still let them have a good time. I was so grateful to God, right? And so when you saw me in Christmas, yes, I did still have that scar underneath my clothing. I don't want to leave anything out because I'm not going to do this every day with you guys. Big up to Kiki. I just said she's a woman of God. You know, we pray and worship every day and all the time. So big up yourself. Just give God the glory. Just give God the glory. And even the bloggers. I know not going to have a field day with this live, but when you not even talk about me, even if you not going to talk bad about me or whatever it is, when you not talk about me or not talk about my story, just never forget to mention God. Never forget to mention, say, God is God. He's the King. King of kings, Lords of lords, the Alpha, the Omega. Elohim, Eloish, chastity. Like, just remember to include God. Because today is not about me. Just take me out of the equation. Drag me all on the one. Bash me all on the one. Say all the bad about me that you want. I'm okay. I'm good with it. Because I always tell people, I don't care what people think about me. As long as my heart is right with God, me good. So you can say whatever you want about me, but just remember to include God today, because today me I give God him glory. Today me I give God him praise. Today me want to tell us that Jesus is King. Today me want to tell us that there is a God. Today me want be the testimony for show you what God walked me through, where he took me from and to this. And yes, I'm going to show you my scars. I'm going to show you my process. I'm going to show you that there is a God and what he brought me through. So I was in the hospital. I go back in at the phone again. Bear with me. And I couldn't eat for months. I want to get to that part. I wasn't eating, which is why, as most of you saying, I got my face done. I got my nose done. I got whatever done. I didn't go to the DR to do a BBL. That was not true. Not every time you hear surgery, everybody think of BBL. I think it's something with black people. Every time when they hear surgery, they just automatically think of BBL. I was not trying to do a BBL. But fast forward to people thinking that I lost weight because of the surgery that I did. That was not true. I went into the hospital as 200 pounds. And when I came out of the hospital, I was 170 pounds. Or I should say I was 165. I lost 35 pounds because I wasn't allowed to eat. So this is how I was eating. They used to feed me through my neck. I still have the scars. I don't know if you can see. there, if you see 3 dots on my neck, I don't know if it's there. But yeah, they used to feed me through my neck. And that's how I lost weight. So if you see like my facial features, don't think that I did anything. And please stop saying I did my face, I did my nose, I did my this, I did my that. I lost weight. I lost weight because I was sick. I lost weight because I was going through it, okay? And so I was getting fed through the tubes in my neck, okay? So that's really why I lost a lot of weight. Woo! All right, so where are we now? I have so much things to talk about. I have so much things to talk about. But, you know, I just want to give God glory. I just want to give him praise. I just want you to know that today belongs to God. Today belongs to Jesus. I just want to continue to repeat it and let you know that when you talk about me and you talk about my story, whether it's going to be good or bad, just remember to say God is good, okay? All right, so fast forward to when I came out of the hospital. I lost a lot of weight. I was extremely sick. The wound that I had, they couldn't close it because my skin was rotten. Like, you know, they can't sew that up. So it has to close by itself. When I came out of the hospital, I went back into the hospital again because obviously, I guess because they work on my stomach, I started to have all kind of side effects and stuff. So I had another problem. Lord Jesus, I'm full of problem. I'm sorry. Well, guys, they're about to come get me for the surgery again. As you know, I've been having health issues. And this is my fourth surgery. Fourth surgery in 3 months. I don't know what to say, how I feel. It's like my mind blank. I don't know if I think, if me can't bother, if me, I don't know. All I know is that I just put my trust in a God and I just leave it all up to him. That's all I know. But pray for me, guys. All right, so you ready?
Yes. No, Ma.
All right, so I went back into the hospital again after I came out. For something that they call cholecystitis. They wanted to do another surgery procedure on me to remove my gallbladder because I was having issues again in the stomach area. I feel like from the moment they went in my stomach, there's so many different things that was happening. And fast forward, I went back to the hospital again, okay? And for this past 6 months, I've been in and out of the hospital and in and out of surgery, right? And so again, I want to tell you the walk that I had with Jesus, that God is good. He kept me. He brought me through. And so I never intentionally was staying away from you guys or was keeping any secrets or was it what I was really just going through a lot, and I was going through it. And I appreciate the prayers so much. I remember, you know, hearing that people was praying for me, and I was just so grateful. Like, I don't want to cry again or talk about it because it's like I get so emotional sometimes, but I just want everybody to know, say, if you took the time out to pray for me, I appreciate it. As long as it was a genuine prayer, as long as you really genuinely cared and you loved me and you was praying and you was concerned, thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, because your prayers went from your lips to God's ears and he heard it. Your prayers was answered. I am grateful. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive. I am truly just honored to be chosen with this testimony from God. I am honored to be able to say that I escaped death. I am honored to be given a second chance to life. Fast forward to the picture that I posted when I appeared to be pregnant. It still goes back to show not everything that you see with the eyes you believe on Instagram. Because like I said, not because you see somebody happy and laughing on Instagram, that means their life is really happy. And that's what it is. So don't follow everything that you see. I never said I was pregnant. I said God has been good to me. And that picture is just, for me, celebrating my new life. It's me celebrating my journey, my walk. It's me wanting to have that picture to blow up and put in my house, to remember that there's a God, to remember that I got a second chance at life, to remember that I have a new life. So from time to time, if you hear me speak about my first life and my second life, do not think I'm crazy, because I died in my first life and I was given a second life, a second chance at life. And I do not take that for granted. I do not take that lightly. I give God all the glory, all the honor, all the thanks, all the praise. And I want to say thank you, Jesus, that, I escaped death, that I was given a second chance to life. That was my rebirth. It's my new life. I do have a song that's called New Life, but I never wanted this to be about songs and promoting songs. This is God time. This is God moment. So the New Life song that I have will come later. It's not about that. You notice I'm not playing no songs in the background. I'm not trying to promote any songs. This is not about me. This is not about, no promotion, or it's just me being real and honest and open. And today is just God time. This is just my rebirth. This is me celebrating with you for telling us, listen, bestie, I got a second chance. I'm grateful. This is my rebirth. This is my new life. All the songs and other will come after. I actually, big up Coach Stormy. I see you. Let's celebrate this queen. Thank you so much, Coach Stormy. I love you. You're an inspiration. Big up yourself and continue to do the amazing things with the beautiful black woman. I appreciate that. Kim Possible, big up yourself. Ireland Music, big up yourself. Thanks for accepting me when I was in Jamaica. I'll get to everybody in the comments, but let me just give God his glory and finish my story, because I'm not going to keep talking about it. And after today, you guys can say whatever you want to say. As long as me do my assignment, that is really what it's about, because this is an assignment. And so even when people tag me and hear them talk about, we're going to cancel Spice and Ray, you can't cancel what God assigned. Let me just make that clear. So better you just back up and forget about that, because you can't cancel God assignment. God assigned me for this. See here? All right, I was chosen. Nobody make me get in a Grace Hamilton and turn Sister Grace Pound and go